Berlin. Berlin was founded in 1237 and gradually developed over time. In 1701, Berlin became the capital of the Kingdom of Prussia, and later, in 1871, of the German Empire. Under Frederick the Great, the city expanded and transformed into a cultural and political center. After World War II, Berlin was heavily damaged and divided into 4 sectors, controlled by the USSR, the United States, Britain, and France. Shortly thereafter, Berlin was officially split into East and West Berlin. In 1961, the Berlin Wall was built, symbolizing the Cold War and Germany's division. The wall was torn down in 1989, and Germany officially reunited in 1990. Today, Berlin is home to about 3.8 million people, covering an area of 891 square kilometers, making it one of the largest cities in Europe. Paris. The history of Paris dates back to the Gallic tribe of the Parisii, who settled in what is now Paris around the 3rd century BC. In 508, Paris became the capital of the Frankish kingdom under King Clovis I. Throughout its history, the city was at the center of numerous conflicts, including the 100 Years' War and religious clashes. In the 18th century, Paris became the heart of the Enlightenment and the French Revolution. In the 19th century, Napoleon I Baron Haussmann led a major reconstruction of the city. Paris is home to many landmarks beyond the Eiffel Tower, such as the Notre Dame Cathedral and the Louvre, largest art museum in the world. Rome. The history of Rome began long ago in 753 BC. Over time, Rome expanded its influence, and by the 5th century BC, it had become a republic. In 27 BC, Gaius Julius Caesar Octavian became the first emperor, marking the beginning of the Roman Empire. Rome reached its peak, serving as the capital of a vast empire stretching from Britain to Egypt. After the fall of the Western Roman Empire in 476 AD, Rome entered a period of decline. In 1870, Rome became the capital of a united Italy. Today, Rome is a major cultural and tourist center with a rich historical heritage. The city spans 1,285 square kilometers, with preserved landmarks like the Colosseum, Roman Forum, and Pantheon, among many others. London. London's history dates back to 43 AD, when the Romans founded the city and named it Londinium. After the fall of the Roman Empire, London lost significance, only to revive under the Saxons. London underwent several major reconstructions. First, after the Great Fire in 1666, which destroyed much of the city, and again after World War II. Today, London is one of Europe's largest and most diverse cities, covering approximately 1,572 square kilometers, with a population of around 9 million. If you ever visit, landmarks like the British Museum and St. Paul's Cathedral, rebuilt after the Great Fire, are must-sees. Madrid. Archaeological findings suggest that people have inhabited the area around modern Madrid since ancient times. In the 8th century, after the Iberian Peninsula was conquered by Muslims, Madrid became part of the Moorish Caliphate. In 1561, King Philip II made Madrid his capital due to its central location on the peninsula. The city experienced cultural growth in the 17th century, with famous art schools and theaters emerging. Industrialization began in the late 19th century and Madrid became an important economic hub. After WWII, Madrid continued to develop, and Spain's entry into the European Union in 1986 further boosted its growth. Today, Madrid has a population of around 3.3 million people. Warsaw. The earliest mentions of Warsaw date back to the late 13th century when it was a small knight's fortress on the Vistula River. In 1526, Warsaw became the capital of the Duchy of Mazovia, and the city began to grow. By the late 18th century, Poland was divided among Russia, Prussia, and Austria, with Warsaw falling under Prussian and later Russian control, leading to a period of cultural and economic decline. In 1939, Warsaw was captured by the Nazis and suffered extensive destruction, especially during the 1944 Warsaw Uprising, which left most of the city in ruins. After the war, Warsaw was rebuilt almost from scratch, preserving many historical elements. Since the fall of communism in 1989, Warsaw has rapidly developed into a major economic and cultural center of Poland and Eastern Europe. Poland's entry into the EU in 2004 further promoted the city's growth. Today, Warsaw has a population of about 1.8 million people,